Lights, camera, action. Join the Stream team with Strick and Brant and be a part of the Stream Network. Our goal is really simple. We're here to help you succeed.
We live? Yeah. Strick City. Woo! Strick City. All over the world.
City, man, we live. Yo, Strick City on the ride. Yo, look like surprise. Yo, taking your city like we live. Yo, man, we live. Yo, taking your city like surprise. Yo, on the ride. Yo, Strick City coming live. Yo.
Ooh, man, you know I love this. Hey, thank y'all for hanging out with me right now. I am completely excited about this particular show like none other because it's going to be about you today. Why would I say that? I have a lot of people that watch my show that are content creators themselves or people that are thinking about being content creators. And I have a gentleman today that can go from top to bottom and all the needs that you could ever think about when it comes to creating content, not just visual content, but online graphics, web designs, the whole nine. We're going to go through it all. And this show is designed to help you. Okay. That being said, before I get started, I got to tell you this. Sunday nights, 6 p.m. We're kind of off the next couple of weeks, but you can always go on YouTube and catch the Stream Guys. Stream Guys. That's our name. Like, I don't know why we picked that name, but we're the Stream Guys. It is the Stream Show on YouTube. Myself and Brant Collins, we're the Stream Guys, and our job is to kind of help people that are streaming succeed. So we do the streaming part. We talk about mindset. We talk about equipment. We talk about things that can help you get to be a better streamer. But today, we're going to help you be a better creator all the way around, even if you need additional help. Okay, so without further ado, I'm sure I got more announcements to do. Subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. I said that. Now let's get right into this show. This young gentleman has decided that he wanted to do everything when it came to creating content and branding, marketing, graphic artists and web designs. And he even has something else up his sleeve that he's doing for creators. I love it. He is leading when it comes to ideas and all the stuff we talk about that you should do. He is doing and is doing it very well. So without further ado, I want to bring him onto the stage right now. I need you guys to get your note pens out. I need you to come close to whatever device you're looking at this on. Turn it up. Make sure you can hear us clearly because we're about to go in. Everybody, welcome with me, JP Hightek. How are you doing, sir? How are you doing? I'm missing you. We haven't muted or something. Hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can get you on.
I just got myself unmuted.
There you go. There you go. Hey, man, what's going on? Like, I've just given you the introduction of all introductions because I think so highly of you.
Appreciate that.
What you actually provide to the content creator space, from web designs to cinematography to the branding that you do. When we want to break all of this down for people that are needing this or want to get into this space but need to know how to do it. And
Absolutely.
The first thing I want to do is ask you about when it comes, let's just start with the branding, because you have this term that you are a branding expert. So if we start right there for people that are watching tonight, like the audience for us for this particular show are going to be other creators trying to figure it out. Like, how do I get attention? How do I get on? How do I make sure people are aware of who I am and what I am doing. And you definitely have shown that in the last couple of months. I've come into a lot of communities like gangbusters and say, hey, here I am. I'm JP Hightek and I can help you. I love it. So let's start with branding. How should someone be thinking about branding themselves when it comes to content creations?
Great question, man. Great question. First of all, I want to thank you, right? Thank you for creating the space and inviting me over here to share my expertise and my background so that we can help other folks. For the folks that do not know me, even though you introduced me, let me introduce myself a little more. My name is JP Hightek.
Yes, sir.
Like you said. And what I do is I help companies, entities, individuals elevate their visuals, right, with high quality visuals when it comes out to videos, graphic design, web design, establishing a proper marketing strategy, and also impacting through live video, which is something that I do every single week on my own show called Content Creators University, where we connect with folks, amazing folks such as yourself that was on the show the other day, this week actually. So that was phenomenal, right? And that's what I do every single week. I love people. I have a heart for it. I've been doing this for over 15 years, and I'm glad to, just to play a little role into helping somebody establish a better messaging and really having an impact with their brand. Now, you just asked me a question. Your question was, what does that mean, in essence, to be a brand expert? Well, a brand expert is somebody that can help you articulate, right, the understanding of what you are as a company. Well, what do I mean? It doesn't matter what you do. You are a company. Right. Let's talk about content creation. If you're creating content, you need to understand that you are a company, because everybody want to talk about monetization, want to talk about all the bells and whistles to get. Remember, you are a company, but here's the deal. You need to have somebody that knows what they're talking about, knows how to put it together in a digestible pill that people can swallow. There's billions of people doing the same thing. The question is, how can you separate yourself from everybody else? That's the role of a branding expert. The branding expert is going to help you not just with your imagery, not just with your graphic design, web design, message, focus, and vision, but he's going to help build that strategy so that whenever you're articulating everything, people can understand that, can swallow the pill, can connect with you, and your target audience can follow you, and you have an impact on people. So that's what a branding expert does in essence. There's a lot of, aspect to this. There's a lot of, understanding to this level of working, because here's the problem. A lot of folks do not understand it, and they will take branding for marketing, for promotion, for messaging. All those things are different elements.
I love it.
Design,
You're right.
Graphic design is not the same as a marketer. It's not the same as a branding. It's not the same as a promoter. All of those things are different. So that's why I'm here. Let's break it down.
I love it. I love it. Before we break it down any further, I got to give a shout out to my man, David Hunt, for hanging out with us today. He's definitely said, man, that we are live. And he also is sending out some birthday love to you, JP. You know what I'm saying? JP just celebrated a birthday yesterday. And, man, definitely happy birthday to you. I'll make sure I sing the song to you after we get off, okay?
Hey, David, thank you. I appreciate that. God bless you for that.
And then we have Getting It Done. You know what I'm saying? He definitely shouts us out. So let's go. Appreciate you hanging out with us today. And whoever is on, please comment. We're going to get a chance to talk to everybody. I want to know that you're hanging out with us tonight. So please drop a comment in. And as we go down the list of things that JP actually does, take note. It may be something that he's doing that can actually help you, something that you can glean from him tonight that could take your content creation, your business, as JT would say, your company to the next level. So when people think about branding, can we just break that down just a little bit more? We'll give this like one tip from you about branding. Like if you were meeting a client for the first time and you say, hey, can you help me with this particular piece of branding? What was the first thing that you would tell them?
Absolutely. Well, great question, man. I'm loving your question, because this is the essence of what branding is, right? Whenever I have my first meeting, initial meeting consultation with a client, the first question me and my company, we ask them is, who are you?
Got you. I like that.
Believe it or not, a lot of folks cannot articulate exactly who they are.
You're right.
I'm not asking you, what's your name? What's your company name? That's not what I'm asking you.
Right.
Who are you?
I like that.
So,
I like
in
that.
order to be able to answer that question, you need to understand where you're going, right?
Ooh, right.
And
Right.
see, that's the problem. So, what we do is we take time to do the foundational work. If you build your house on sand, it will crumble.
Oh, you
The
preaching now.
foundation,
You know what I'm saying? I love it.
it just can't change. The
You're right.
foundation of your company, of your branding is everything. Because once the foundation is properly set, everything else that we add to it is going to stay and is going to be sustainable. See, that's the thing. We want to build generational wealth in everything
Right.
we're doing. But not everybody wants to take the time to do the foundational work so that that generational wealth can be established and actually stay for generations. That is what this is all about. So, who are you is the first question.
I love it. I
Where are
love
you
it.
going?
Okay. You giving us two. Who are you? Where are you
Where are you
going? And
going?
we're talking about building a brand, because if you're
Uh-huh.
able to, as you say, articulate that to people, you're starting your branding message.
Exactly.
Ooh,
Exactly.
I love it. I love
Jeff
it. I
Bezos
love it.
said that. Jeff Bezos said that branding is what people say about you when you are not in the room.
Right.
So think about that for a second.
Exactly.
What people say about you when you're not in the room. What does that mean? That means that people, without you having to show your face and explain to them what exactly you're about, they understand what you're about.
Right, exactly, exactly. I love it. I love it. Definitely big shouts out to Blind Guy, his wife, their life, for hanging out with us tonight. You're right on time. We're talking about JP Hightek, who is a branding expert. He is a graphics designer, web designer, and so much more. And we're just on the first piece of this, talking about branding. Just to recap, who are you and where are you going? If you're able to articulate that to people, you have the building blocks, the foundation to actually having a great brand. And so many people, again, are missing those points because, they'll go right to, hey, I got the right, these are my colors and this is my business or company name. But what does your company do?
Exactly. And a lot of folks, whenever you ask those questions, they will take the time and start telling you the services they offer. This is what we do. We sell this type of product and all that. And we're like, whoa, slow down. We didn't ask you what services you offer. We didn't ask you what are the products and things. That's not what we ask. We want to know the identity, the foundational identity of your company. In
Love
essence, what's your story? See, a lot of folks, a lot of times, and that's the mistake they do, is they want to separate the story from the brand. Meaning
Right.
you have a company, but you don't want to share your story. Well, remember one thing, people do not invest into product, they invest into people. In reality, though, a lot of people say people invest in people, but what they're not telling you is the reality is that they're not investing in people, they're investing in the story. Of people.
Right. So,
Right? Because 10 companies can sell the same product.
right.
The question is, why should I buy the product from you instead of another competitor? It's because of your story. Once I identify with your story, then I want to invest and support your story.
Right.
That's why it's so important.
I love it. I love it. It's kind of like I watch Shark Tank when I get a chance to watch TV, that is. And I love the opportunity that the people have to get in front of these sharks to be able to pitch who their company is. And you get a chance to hear these, what we call the elevator pitches, because they only have so much time because of television to be able to say, hey, this is what I do. This is the story behind it. And sometimes you will get these sharks that say, your idea, your product is okay, but I really want you. So if I got to buy your product, I buy your product, but I really want to hire you. And that's what that's what people are really doing. Like,
Exactly.
Whatever it is, they're buying you. They're watching and consuming whatever content you are building based off of how you present it. Am I right?
That is 100% correct. The way you present your story will determine how people swallow or digest your story, right? So again, I just said the way you present it, that means that you need to have a strategy of presentation. See,
Right.
that's the job of a branding expert. The branding
Wow.
expert, that's what I do. I will develop Me and my company, that's what we do for people. We will sit down, do the hard work for you, develop a strategy of presentation of your message. Again, the way you present your message will determine how people swallow or embrace it. You can share the same message the wrong way to the right crowd. It will be taken the wrong way and you will miss your mark. So that means something else. That means that you actually need to take the time to study your targeted audience, which is the next step.
Okay.
Right? Who are you trying to speak to?
Who is your customer?
Who's your customer? Your ideal. Now, here's the deal. Because a lot of times whenever we ask that, a lot of folks will tell, well, these are the type of clients I want. We didn't tell you who are the clients you want.
Right.
Who is your story speaking to?
Got it.
Who do you want to speak to? There is a
makes sense.
foundational research work that needs to be done, right? That's why you have, for Fortune 500 companies, they'll take the time to, have a group that will go out and have surveys and study the land and study the neighborhood whenever you want to have a franchise or anything like that. They want to see, even though, for example, X so-and-so is an established franchise brand, right? They want to know if their company can work or can be established in that neighborhood. And believe it or not, if they found out that it cannot work, then they will either change or redevelop a new strategy of approach. Why do they do that? Why do they spend so much money in doing that? Because that is where the bread and butter is, because that will establish a sustainable business for years and years and years to come.
Right. I love it. I love it. Question for you really quick. The question is, hey, I know my story. Is that the presentation part? Like just knowing your story when it comes to branding, is that the presentation part? It is when it comes to presenting it to other people, just knowing your story.
Well, just knowing your story is not, it doesn't end there. Because remember, it's not every single thing that is part of your story that should be shared.
Got you.
Right? You know your story, but again, which part of it should be shared to the public in regards of the type of service you have? So the type of service you have will influence how you share the story and which part of it should be shared and which part of it should not be shared. So in essence, what you're doing is you need to do the research. Now either you do it yourself or you hire somebody like me and my company, we do it for you, right? Just like whenever a president or a secretary of state or any official is, campaigning, they have an entire team that has to do that background work to see, okay, this is not going to work because we cannot share this. We should share this story, but we should share it like this because we know who we're speaking to. We know who we're trying to attract. And depending on who we're trying to attract, we know if we present it this way, it will not be embraced. It will not be digested. It will be rejected. So you need a professional, or you need to take the time to understand, okay, what's the best way to do this? And once you do that the right way, then you are on the right path to impacting people.
I love it. I love it. I love it because we have so much to kind of go over. We talked about branding just a little bit, guys, and you're hearing the message that JP is explaining about branding, and we're kind of just skimming the surface on this, giving you a couple of tips about branding. Next thing I want to talk about is how you're able to take that branding, the story of somebody, company, content creator, business owner, and morph that into great graphics for them. How important is the visuals of their graphics to their story?
Man, oh man. Ooh, you cannot, I repeat this, you cannot underestimate the power of visual. The way you present your visual will either make or break your company.
Wow.
Will either make or break your brand. And there's so many into this when I'm talking about visuals. I'm talking about the colors. I'm talking about the fonts. I'm talking about the combination of colors and fonts. Because if you have the wrong combination, you will either create hate or love. Very important. So this is an entire relationship. Whenever you're starting something like this, Brandon, you are getting in a relationship with the targeted audience. So whenever we're speaking here, what happens in a regular relationship? We take the time to study our partner. The
Right.
more we know our partner, the better we are in our relationship. So that is why a huge important part of this conversation is kept studying your audience, because your audience in any relationship, they have some things they like, they have some things they dislike, regardless of the fact that you want to talk about it. If they do not care about that, or if that is something that offends them, you cannot bring it,
Right.
right?
Right.
Or at least you should change the way you want to bring it so that it is accepted. Again, remember, this is not about you. Even though you're part of the story, even though you're part of the conversation, is more about your partner. And your partner here are your clients, are your targeted audience. Where are they spending most of their time? Do you know that? Not just
like
you
that.
know that. Why are they spending most of their time there? Do you understand why? When you understand that, that will help you understand, okay, since I know this is where they're spending most of their time. Example, most of your client that you want, let's say they're on LinkedIn. Okay, good. If they're on LinkedIn, why are they on LinkedIn? What are they looking for? By knowing why they're there, that's going to help you articulate how you should pitch to them. Because remember, they're there for a reason. So
Right.
once you understand why, then you can pitch to them and they will listen to you. Understanding the platform, why the things are said the way they're said on that specific platform will help you present it in a certain way. The way you present something on YouTube is not necessarily the same way you present it on LinkedIn or Facebook or through email marketing or
That's right.
through your website. It is vital to understand what you're doing. Don't just do it to do it. Do it with a purpose. That is what's going
I
to
love
impact.
that. I love that. I love that. Like the truth that you're giving right now is so good, man. Thank you for sharing this information with my audience today. What about colors and feels of your graphics and how you portray yourself on these platforms?
Absolutely. Good question, man. Good question again. Colors play a huge role because a color can either, paint a story of sadness, a story of romance, a story of joy, regardless of what story you're trying to, paint. So the colors individually themselves are telling the story. Now, a combination of those colors tell a different story. Now, here's the deal. A lot of times clients will tell us the colors they like. But here's the deal. Remember, it's not about you. You can love, gold and green. But depending on what you're trying to do, gold and green may not be the ideal color to your targeted audience. So we will tell you, you don't want to do that because it will not be received. For example, on TV, most of the colors that are most present are blue, red, and green. There's a reason for that because it stands out, right? It is soften you. It doesn't mimic you stress out. So whenever you're having those colors, the person that's watching it have a cool attitude towards it, right? Not only stands out, but it has a cool and soothing, feeling towards that. As you're watching it, you're not even realizing. When you watch the news, a lot of times you have blue and red. Then you have a little bit of white and black in there. There's a reason why most of the news channels use blue, red, white, and then a little bit of black in there because of that. In TV production, which is my background, right? I went to college for that. In TV production, they encourage you to draw your spectators into your show. Draw them because you can go there and just put gold and strange color, pink and all that.
Right.
But if people are not tuning in to what you're saying as much as somebody else, it's because the colors that you have, you may like them, but it is bothering your audience or is making it hard for them to focus, right? There's some colors that are very, very distracting. Like it will be hard for people to actually focus on your message, pay attention to what you're saying, right? So it is vital to understand why you have those colors in regards to your audience, and then using the proper combination with what your graphics when it comes onto your logo, right? Your banners, right? Your flyers, all those things are important. So people know exactly in what industry you are.
I like
right?
it.
The colors will also determine that. They will know automatically, okay, this person is in this type of ecosystem. And it's organic because you're trying to attract those type of people that like those type of things.
Right.
Let's talk about podcasts, for example, right? When you're doing your audio podcast, if you want people that are only focused on podcasts, there's a way to create your artwork. I was having a meeting with a potential client that already had a design for their podcast. And on the design, one rookie mistake was what? They had their name bigger than the name of the actual podcast. So we told the client, listen, you can't do that. Remember, your podcast, if I am somebody I want to listen to your podcast, is because I already researched your name or I landed on your name. Your name cannot be hidden. It's already there. What matters is the name of your podcast. What is this podcast about? So you need to make the podcast name bigger than your own name, because on this platform, it's not about your name. It's more about your content.
Right.
Which is completely different from a flyer. When you're creating a flyer, it's different. And when you're creating a YouTube video thumbnail, is also a different approach to it. So see, understanding why and how things are supposed to be done will help you stand out from the masses.
Man,
Simple
that's good
as that.
stuff. That's good stuff. But I hope you guys are taking notes right now. Like, this is free content for you. I may have to cash app you at the end of this. You know, this is some good stuff. So we talk about branding. We talked about your
Colors.
graphics and colors and stuff like this. Let's talk about your web design. Brother, like, I went to your website and it is just unbelievable. Like, I thought we couldn't do Flash in the websites anymore, and you have a real deal video playing as an intro to your website. Tell me the mindset behind the visuals that you provide in your websites right now. Why do it that way?
All right. Good question, man. And I want to thank you for the shout out for my personal website. Indeed, right? You're not the only one. A lot of people do appreciate the approach on that. Now, when you land on my website, you will see an animated video that will welcome you, telling you in visuals what I do in 30 seconds or less, right? Let's remember one thing. In today's ecosystem of media, people prefer watching videos than reading a text, reading a bio, or anything like that, right? The generation we have today, they will take the time to watch a video. Now, here's the deal. You want your website, if you are a content creator, to be very engaging. So the question is, can you tell the story of who you were and what you do in 30 seconds? If you can do that, you can have an ad and people will want to listen more or will be interested in knowing more about you, which is the reason why we did that. Remember, you want to have an element of impact. First time people land on you. There are too many people doing similar things. So the thing is, what can you do to captivate their attention the first 5 seconds that they connect with you? That's why I have it like that. And that works every single time because it draws the person into your universe and it makes them see, whoa, this is serious stuff. Yes,
Right.
It is serious because in order to have that type of setup, you need to know what you're doing now. I don't want to hurt people's feelings, but I'm a very honest guy. Sadly, today, we have a lot of self-proclaimed web designers, right?
Right.
That all they do is take a template from, I don't know, a WordPress template or this template, what have you, a Wix or Squarespace or you name it, and they call themselves a web designer.
Why you talking
Now, when it
about me,
comes
man? You know
Yeah,
what?
yeah,
Why
I-
you talking about me? I'm a template guy. You know what? What can I do?
It just is okay, right? Technology has gone to a point where self-serve is definitely there, and I applaud the folks that want to do it. But it is what I'm trying to do is separate and have realistic expectations in regards to those things, right? Whenever you grab a template, you can only do what the template can allow you to do.
Right. Right.
All right, you're limited by what the template can do or cannot do. Now, a web developer, like such as me and my firm, we create custom things. In other words, we will create something that is in your mind or in our own mind for your brand.
Love it.
We're not relying on your template to do so. We will create it and put it out there. Now, there's two elements to it, right? You have the web development of this, and then you have the web designing of this. There's a lot of self-proclaimed web developers or web designers that do not truly know how to design. The fact that you can edit a template does not make you an expert in design.
That's right.
So,
Or
in
developer.
other words, Or developer. Yeah, exactly. Right. So you cannot develop truly in essence, and you cannot truly design in essence. So in order to be a good web developer, back in the day when I used to go to college, right, you have to be a good designer. There's a design aspect, elegant appeal aspect of it that you got to be able to create so people can connect with that. And it cannot be separate from all your other platforms that you're living and breathing on the web. And that's what we do. We build people's online digital infrastructure and presence so that it is truly impactful. And you truly have to make it right. If not, you will be asking that question. Why is it that I'm getting people visiting my website, but I cannot convert them into customers? Conversion is a big deal.
It's a big deal.
And their experience on your website will determine if they're going to buy your product or not. Remember, they will compare you on average, regardless of what you do. They will always compare you to 3 other competitors. Based on my 15 plus years of experience, every single client have told me similar things. Not only they've looked at us, they've also looked at John, Martha, Mary.
Gotcha.
And out of all of them, they decided to go with us because XBD. So it is important. That's how you convert people.
I get it. I get it. And you mentioned something about having clients and then being in this particular field. I want to go to another aspect of why I wanted to bring you on. I had a chance to hear your story a little bit, your testimony about how you went down this line of starting your business going this way. And it was based off of your last job and being let go on your last job. Can you tell that story for people that may be creators that are trying to say, okay, how does he have all this experience? Like, what is he doing? How did he get to where he is? Can you explain that for us a little bit?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Like I was saying, I started as a cinematographer. Initially I was not doing web development or anything like that. I was just focused on video, right? Video was all I was doing. And I remember my first gig, I was doing a wedding and the client was paying me $75. I was so excited. $75, right? It wasn't much. It wasn't about how much. It was more being paid to do something, right? To do something you love. So I was excited about that. And from there, I developed that experience and I realized that more people were asking other things in addition to the video part. For example, they're like, hey, what about, do you do logos? Do you guys do websites? And do you do this and that? That goes along with the ecosystem of media and everything that will be needed. So from there, I took more courses, right? There's some things I learned in college and there's some things I learned online, taking online courses. Here's the deal. Technology always changes and you always have to be on point, always taking classes and learning, perfecting your craft. So I kept taking classes and classes on how to develop and how to master graphic design, understanding Adobe Audition Suite and Adobe, Elementor or, InDesign or using Photoshop or creating 4D animations and those type of things. There's a way to do things. So I've learned all those things. But when I was learning all those things, I was not making the money I wanted to make. So on the side, I had, traditional corporate America jobs, right? Using my college education and my background to have jobs. Until one day, I went to work and they announced to me, this is it. You're done. And this was pre-COVID.
Wow.
Right? They said, you're done, man. Go home. Well, there was 2 choices. Either I go back on the job market, right, researching and looking for another job, or I sit back and really focus on what God has given me, which is my knowledge and who I am. I am a design guy. I mean, I can design 3 days straight without being paid, and I am happy as if I just started.
Wow.
Right? That is when you know. So I sat back and focused on developing my brand. Now, let me give you guys a little, intake on how things are done today. Pre-COVID, whenever you have a company, people prefer the rather deal with the corporate side of your company, meaning they don't really want to see your face all over the place, right? They don't want the personal approach to it. They want the corporate approach. That's how people preferred. Post-COVID, meaning after COVID, people want to connect more with a person. So they want to see more of your face, an individual, or something they can identify with in order to work with your company. So depending on how you have your business structured today, you may want to rethink that if you truly want to impact and get contracts. Because if you're still hiding behind the traditional classic corporate type of thing approach, not really showing the identifying the face of the brand, then you'll be missing a huge mark. People will be, you know, they wouldn't really want to invest because sadly, scam online, most people being online today, there's so many terrible stories to be told, and they really want to know who they're dealing with. What's your name? How do you go by doing everything you're doing? If they can contact you right now, and as they can identify with you, then they'll want to work with your team or your firm.
Right. I love that. And you're talking about having names and branding and the business. I want to say this, shouts out to Kombucha. She actually probably has a name change, got married recently.
Hey,
and so congratulations to you. And thanks for hanging out with us tonight as well. That story is a story that I think a lot of creators have gone through. There's a lot of people that've gotten online because, corporate job didn't go the way they wanted to go, and they are now thrust into, doing it on their own. I was actually told from the radio, hey, you need an audience. And I'm like, I have an audience. Like, I was doing this for 15 years. Like, I don't need to reestablish anything. I got talent. Like, what's the deal? So just like everybody else, having an online presence is even what corporate America now is looking for. Like, who knew? JP, like, who knew? Like, if you have a thriving business, the other businesses that are larger, either looking like potentially, if you build it big enough, they might just buy it from you.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it is so true what you're saying, right? That is how things are now, right? You have corporate America now is investing into careers or, positions where you have to spend a lot of time online, right? Digital media, marketing manager, branding manager. I have to be honest with you, I've received offers where people want to make me their private corporate branding manager, right?
Right.
It doesn't go like that, folks, because I can't be sold to just one person exclusively. No, but here's the deal.
He can't, but I can. You know what I'm saying? I'm messing with you. Go ahead.
$50 million industry today.
Say that again?
$50 million industry today.
Wow.
As of today. So thinking about developing a new skill, thinking about understanding that this is a new era, that you can actually learn something, master that thing, and become a pro and have a career, successful career. Because let me let you know something. Video, and specifically live video, is not going anywhere. It's been here for years, but now is more present than ever before. And now you have corporations paying top dollar for folks that will master this mechanics surrounding live video. And this is a talent that I encourage you as a content creator, you want to master.
I love it.
Because that's
great advice. Not to interrupt you, but really good advice.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
They have this term, it's called micro influencer. So it behooves me as a company, no matter how big I am, if I can get a whole bunch of smaller people saying something. You know what it equates to? The best form of advertising that you can ever have is called word of mouth.
There you go.
People that are live streaming, come on, man. Amazon Live is doing it. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to come the YouTube of word of mouth, and just random people who may or may not have any type of an audience can get on Amazon Live and talk about products and the awesome being authentic in themselves, not being some polished actor. Guess what? Amazon has learned that, man, we could sell a whole bunch of products this way.
Absolutely. He's actually working like crazy. I mean, whenever I go live on Amazon and I do my product reviews or talking about, studio set and electronics and all those type of things, the week that follows that, I always get minimum 3 brand deals that are negotiated with me. And I'm talking tangible payment.
Wow.
paying you $600, $800, 1,000, depending on what type of negotiation you go under, right? And your experience and your background. Real brand deals. So this is how, as content creators, you can really make serious income, because a lot of folks talk about monetization without truly breaking it down, how you can touch the money. This is how you can touch it, folks. You literally do not even have to own the product to be on Amazon Live. You simply have to be an influencer, meaning you have to have a certain amount of following and have a certain amount of decent, focus online and following. But after that, once you get in, you are going to kill it, because the platform is not even fully established yet. So they're looking for people. Sometimes you go and do live on a Saturday and you'll be the only one there. That's how not developed it is yet. They're pushing it right now. And this is something that will pay you so easily, because here's the deal. You get paid from anybody that purchases the product you'll be talking about in that video. They click on the carousel, you get paid every single time. Not only that, you have brands that really want to promote their product that are going to reach out to you and want to pay you for you to make a video about their product. So it is on you to charge them a fee, or say, you know what, exchange. I keep the product because maybe this is a camera that I want. So they're saying, keep it. I'll keep it. I'll do the video. You just got a brand new camera for free.
Wow.
And then from there, you keep paying. And I remember when I used to have my YouTube channel that I lost when it reached 126,000 subscribers before I restarted everything. I used to do tech videos all the time, and that's what I used to do. I will have brand deals so much that I wouldn't know what to do with it. I had an entire studio filled with gadgets and electronics and things. And sometimes I don't even have time to produce the videos, right? That is how much brands are looking for people to really promote their products. There's so many products that are released every day. You need to be part of the conversation, and you need to make that money. There are folks that are making more money with their brand deals than they used to make in corporate America.
Wow. That's awesome,
Think
man.
about that.
So Kombucha does have a question I want to be sure I put up right here. She wants to know, do you review multiple products when you're doing Amazon Live, or do you do one at a time?
Well, it depends. If you have too many, you should make it interesting, right? Whenever you go to Amazon Live, it's all about the value proposition, right? If you're going to talk about a product, what type of videos are you going to do? Are you going to do an unboxing and then just take a look at it, discover, right, the product as people are discovering with you? Or you already have the product, right? You'll be using it. Now you just want to talk about your experience and the advantages or disadvantages of having the product. So it is your approach to do that. And then you can have a set where you want to talk about an ecosystem of product that will help somebody achieve something specific. For example, if we're going to talk about live video, I want to talk about a combination of camera, lens, and microphone for a beginner, right? So just talking about camera, lens, and microphone, not just talking about the camera, but talking about why that specific camera, why that specific lens, and why that specific microphone. And your experience with it, that in itself could be a 30 to a 60-minute video, which is plenty enough for people to want to purchase it and connect with you. And that will create you a following and establish you on that sphere where a lot of people will want to connect with you every single time you go live, because you're going to be getting new followers every time as they watch the video, and you're going to have like your own database of videos on the live feed. And that products and brands will be contacting you every single time.
That not only that, I want to add this piece to the Amazon Live. It is so new that it's getting in on the front side. It's like getting into YouTube in 2007. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so brand new. So many people say, oh, the audience is not there. You're wasting your time. It's just pennies. But it may not be the best. It may not be compared to YouTube as far as what people can do. But if you get on there, he's telling you now the action is there, not just what people are buying, but brands that are aware of getting in now as well. So
It's better. It's better than YouTube. right?
Love it. I
It's
love
better
it.
than YouTube because with YouTube, you need to, have a certain amount of watch time, and you have to meet a certain amount of criteria and all of those things in order to be a partner and in order to be monetized. On Amazon, as of today, the recording of this video, you don't need all of that. As soon as you're eligible to go live on Amazon, you are getting paid immediately. As
I
soon as
love
somebody
it.
purchases the product you're talking about, you're getting a percentage of that intake.
I
And
love
not
it.
only that, you will get brands that reach out. I guarantee you, there's not a lot of people on Amazon Live. So brands are really scouting the web, looking for who can I find to talk about my product. And let me give you another feedback on this. Not only you can charge them for an Amazon Live, you can also charge for a YouTube video of that same product. Meaning,
Wow.
let's say, for example, they're going to pay you. You said, okay, it's going to be $250 for a 45-minute demo of your product on Amazon Live. But if you want, I can also do a video on YouTube promoting your product. It's going to be an additional $250 for the YouTube video. Here's the deal. You can make one video, and that same video, upload that to YouTube, and you just be paid double on the same thing.
Hey, JP, I don't know if anybody's told you, but I think you're pretty smart, man.
I appreciate that,
I
man.
think
I
you're a
appreciate
pretty
that.
sharp guy. And I also think that if we give off any more information, we got to charge the people that's watching. You know what I'm saying? This is some good stuff. If you guys don't do anything, share this out with people that you know that may have some similar questions to you, whether it's branding, whether it's graphics, whether it's how to use the technology to benefit you right now. YouTube, Amazon Live, like I gotta dive deep into that. My schedule really didn't allow me to do Amazon Live, but I want to do it so bad. I just want to go out there just so I can make money. I mean, come on, I can sell anything, but I just don't have the time. That being said, let's talk about the last piece. I've been kind of saving this television streaming system that you do because I feel like it's so very interesting. Do you want to tell us about the streaming platform that you have?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I would love talking about this because this is not the future. This is now. And we have so many people taking advantage of this solution today that if you don't jump on it, you're missing out, right? Is the ability to be on TV, meaning to be on Roku TV, having your own platform. YouTube is not something you own. When you have a YouTube channel, you don't own YouTube. You don't own anything, as a matter of fact. Social media, you don't own anything. You need a platform that you own so you can redirect the traffic to a platform that you control. Very important, because there you can monetize and do things that you're not able to do on other platforms such as YouTube and social media. That is how you can really keep the traffic following you regardless of what happens to your account on YouTube or what have you. Very important. Now, with the solution RTN Streams that I had engineered, with that solution, I personally have my own Roku TV application and my own Fire TV application. It's so amazing that it's just like drag and drop. You literally have an account, and before you say anything, I'm a developer. I've used other solutions that you can think about, like Vimeo or what have you, which is going to cost you an arm and a leg. With this solution, you can go live. Let's say, for example, whenever I go live on my live show, I am live on YouTube, on Facebook, on my website, on Roku TV, and Fire TV all simultaneously. And what happens is I am getting more traffic away from YouTube and away from social media because you have more people, believe it or not, you have more people that watch TV than people that are online. So if you think YouTube is popular, look again. Go to Google, research the most popular streaming platform, all industry put together, is Roku. Roku is the #1 most popular streaming platform. People prefer sitting down in the living room and watching TV. So the solution is called RTN Streams. You can go to the website, rtnstreams.com. What that does is allow you to take your current content creation journey or experience to a whole new level. And here's the secret. Whenever you have those type of platform established for yourself, brands want to pay you more. So again, you can charge not only brands for more because you're giving them a better exposure, but sponsors. Now sponsors want to be seen on TV. So now you're making more money by spending less. That's what I call smart investment.
I love it. JP, you're not planning to go back to corporate America, are you?
No, sir.
Dude, there's no way. Like you have everything in place. And I have to say this to you, man. I love your professionalism. Like I can be really cool and laid back, and sometimes that feels over into my professionalism where I could be a little lax, a little slower than I need to. But man, I can appreciate behind the scenes. And I'm saying this where everybody can hear how professional you are, because we just did a show on your channel on Tuesday and then my channel on Thursday. And there's a vast difference in how we got to both avenues of both shows. And I got to say this, like from me to you, man, your professionalism is just top notch, man. I really do appreciate how professional you are. I also appreciate how good you are at what you do. So
thank you, sir.
I'm not just saying this I'm saying this from another creator. You know, all you have to do is just take both of our thumbnails and look at them. You got a real graphic artist thumbnail, and then you got somebody that uses Canva thumbnail. You know, it's just two different things. And that is one of the reasons why I brought you on the show, because for me, I know my role. Like I'm more of a creator coach. Okay. I'm helping people with mindset, with helping them get through. Like we can talk about the equipment, but more importantly, no matter what kind of equipment you have, even if it's just a phone, you can create content. But you need someone like yourself that can talk to you about branding, that can talk to you about graphics, that can talk to you about your web design. I think more creators need to have better websites to get to and use those websites to drive their own traffic, because guess what? If you build it right, that is your website, you know, not Facebook, not YouTube, not any of these things. And then the whole using the technology of grabbing people to Roku. I kind of got Roku in my back pocket as far as an idea to grow to, but you're already doing it. So I'm already
doing it. Now,
you're already doing it.
You said something that is so crucial. And a lot of times people just, slide over it. You as a content creator, specifically if you're a content creator, you need to have a modern, dynamic website. And you have to be capturing and, redirecting traffic to your own website so you can capture people's email and build your database. Because as content creators, we do a lot of things. We wear a lot of hats. If you have a product that you're selling, people that will take the time to subscribe to your email and be on your database are interested in everything you're doing. They will buy your product. They will donate. They will support you regardless of where you are. That monetization is invaluable. Do not just do things on YouTube, Facebook, online and leave it there. You will regret, like plenty of other clients that we have, regretted working and doing things for 5, 6, 7, even 10 plus years and realizing that they did not build any infrastructure.
Wow.
You have to redirect traffic to you so that regardless of where you are in the world, you still maintain ownership of the hard work you've done by building the traffic and engagement. This is vital. If you haven't done anything, this you have to do. But here's the deal. People will not sign up for your email database if your website looks like everybody else.
Right.
Especially if you're a content creator. Here in my show called Content Creators University that I do every week that you were a guest on, our motto is create, impact, innovate. As content creators, you got to be able to innovate.
Right. Hear that.
Innovation is everything.
Hear that, people. Hear that. Listen, you have dropped so many jewels on us tonight, man. I really do appreciate how you're helping the community through this video on Strick City Live. I captured all of this, and I'm so excited about it because, every time you speak, you're really giving truth. Like, these are things that I co-sign on all of this stuff that you're saying, that because it's right on point. And I also want to go to my comments one more time. A blind guy, his wife, their life. He's asking about the Roku thing and Fire Fire TV. He didn't know that they were independently your own, and he wanted to say thank you for your insight on that. And the reason why they're independently yours, because you have, give me the company name one more time.
RTN Streams,
which pushes the information to Roku and
Exactly.
to the Fire TV.
So whenever you create it, for example, just to take 2 minutes and explain to you, you have to create a developer's account with Roku, which is free. And then you create another developer's account with Amazon, right? And then you have to put in your legal information, tax information, and all of that, because, hey, you have to legally be the owner of it. And then after you've done that, then you own that. When you create an application, the name and everything is yours. You legally own that because you legally put the information with Roku or with Fire TV as the owner of that, the copyright owner of that. And when you use our solution like RTN Streams, now you're hosting your CDN account with all your content there that's pushing it straight to that. And it makes it so easy that whenever you go to your dashboard on RTN Streams, you upload your video just like you do on YouTube, upload a thumbnail, put a description, push it, in a couple of hours is available on your Roku TV application, or if you have a Fire TV application with that same solution as well, which is fantastic, right? Because if you understand the way this works, Roku, there's two types. You have the SDK, and then you have the direct publisher. So depending on how you're doing it, we have a solution that have 30% SDK, and then you have 70% direct publisher. And then so you have the elegant look of your Roku and different things. I mean, I'm right here, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I can pull up my Roku TV application right now. I have my remote right here, and I can show you directly on my Roku TV application how it looks for the folks that are interested.
I was going to ask you to do that, so thank you for doing it.
This is it right here. This is my Roku TV application. If I click on it, as you can see, this is it, right? This is, how it presents itself. You have my live right there whenever I go live, and at the bottom here, this is the show I did with DJ Strick, right? And you click on there, and then you watch it directly from here. I own this. I own the copyright of everything on here, and I can publish whatever I want. If I wanted to have a custom, unique, teaching series or anything on this platform, guess what? I own it, and is legally represented on the Roku App Store. And there are plenty of clients that we've done the same thing too, which is vital. You need to have your own platform on TV, because if you realize, whether it's Netflix, whether it's Fox TV, CNN, or what have you, they are all having their application on those same platforms. Why? If they're so established, why are they still having their application there? Because that's where everybody's going to stream. Roku gets 50 million new users every single month. Look it up. New users. Look it up. So you have an organic traffic that goes there. But here's the deal. Our solution, you're not even going to pay $500 a month. You're not even going to pay $300 a month. You're not even going to pay $200 a month. That's how affordable this is. So again, it's all about where you're trying to take your content creation journey, or even your business. There are businesses now that are contacting us that are having their Roku TV application established. Because if you think about it, a lot of businesses are spending a lot of money in the engagement relationship they're having with their clients. So if you have a product and you can have a direct access, your clients can have direct access to you, where you can not only showcase your product, but promote your product and have more demonstration and different things to attract them and to keep using it. You just transform the game, and people will consume your product more than the competition. Again, it's all about innovation. That's what we do.
Man, I couldn't have said it better myself. Like, this has been awesome. JP, man, the information you've given us tonight it's invaluable. I say that, and you're like, no, you can pay for it. Do me
it looks like we have a question, man.
Do we have another question? Let
Yes,
me
sir.
see. Let me see what was he saying. Thank you so much for this. It's stream Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and would like to know if you can upload older episodes to Roku once you set it up to the developer's account. I'm thinking
Absolutely.
you can, right?
You can upload whatever you want. Once you set up your developer's account with Roku and you go on rtnstreams.com and you get your CDN account, and once that's set up, you can upload anything you want. You can upload as all the way back to 10 years back. Is whatever you want. You own the platform. Again,
Wow.
Think about uploading a video to YouTube. Can you upload an old video to YouTube? Yes.
Yes.
Then you can do it on our solution. Simple as that.
I love it. I love it. You actually have a commercial for the RTN. Do you mind running that for us? I mean, I don't know if any copyrights to that, but if you have it ready, man, I would love to put you up here so people can see it and know. And we'll kind of, we won't end with this, but I wanted to let this be the final part so people can see what you're doing.
Oh, wow, absolutely, man. I'll be more than happy to run the ad for RTN Streams for you. Did you want me to go ahead and run it right now?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, sounds good. Let's go. Let me see right here. It looks like it doesn't want to play.
Yeah, okay. No, I do. I understand. This is what we're streaming. So it's live TV. There it
go.
is. Can you turn it up a little bit for me?
Yeah. You went to my show like you always does. Let me come back to you.
I got you. I got you. I love it. I love it. Check this out. What you're doing is so innovative. And Kombucha is saying thank you. You're welcome, and thank you for hanging out with us tonight.
Pleasure, Kombucha.
Outstanding, brother. You know, I applaud you. I'm praying that as people are watching this tonight, that they're watching a replay, that they actually reach out to you. www.jphightek.com. I got it right.
The name is right there.
Yeah, his name is right there. Just put a .com behind it, and you can actually get to your site where they could review all the products and all the business that you provide for a content creator or anybody that's in business. I really like it. I'm slightly speechless from what you presented tonight. I didn't expect all of this, so I thank you again, brother, for coming on and being willing to share the time with us. And for the people that are watching, I just think that this is reason why I do this. Like, my heart is to be able to present this kind of content for people that are out there to hear it. We talk about great, inspiring stories. Like, you have a great, inspiring story, and
I'm just showing you my website.
I love it.
About it.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah. I love
this
that.
This is my website, folks. Yeah. And then you have the enter button right there, and you click to enter, and it takes you into the website directly. And we hit the enter, and there we go, man. You're in the website. So I just wanted to show you all my website since he was talking about it. But yeah, man, we really do awesome things here. And yeah, man, we will be happy to connect with you. Just go to the website and check out, the podcast as well, right? The podcast, Content Creators University, available on Audible, Google Podcasts, Amazon, and all of that, all the major platforms. Go ahead and check it out, folks. It's right there for you to consume and enjoy. So I just want to show them since we're talking about it.
I love it. So a lot of times we talk about these things as content creators. You can do this and this. This is somebody that's actually doing it, and not actually is he doing it. He can help you do it as well. So check him out. Look him up. Be willing to do some business. Sometimes that's all we need. Yeah, man. He loves it. He loves it.
Like I said, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. And he said he Googled me, JP Hightek, and Roku was the first result. That's how powerful Roku is, right?
Wow.
SEO, search engine optimization. As a business owner, like, you went ahead and typed JP Hightek in Google, and guess what happened? The first thing you found was Roku. That's how it works, folks.
I love it. Yeah. So if someone's out there like me and you're trying to figure out how do you balance all this stuff, like, what does it mean? Does it make sense for you if it helps with your search engine optimization? Does that help? Does that kind of tilt it over a little bit? I think it does. It's another benefit. It's a whole nother benefit. And we might have to, for people like myself that are doing 20 million things, I guess my next conversation for everybody is probably walking through having an assistant or a virtual assistant. That may be the next way, because what you're doing is just amazing. And that's kind of what you would be providing for people as well. Virtual assistants to be able to get them to the next step JP,
Yeah, that's what we
man,
do.
anything else you want to say before you end today? Any shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, man, I want to give a shout out to my family, right? I wouldn't be here without my family, to my first lady, Cree. Appreciate you, love my children. I'm a big family man for the folks that didn't know that. I love family. And I want to bless all of you guys that have family around. And I want to encourage you to cherish it and connect with me. If you want to have a professional website built, connect with me. If you want to have a graphic design, you want to hire a branding expert, you're trying to take this industry by storm, right? When I'm talking about industry, I'm talking about media. That's what it's all about. We can help you if you don't have it figured out yet, or if you already have it, you want to go through a rebranding process and truly jump on a conversation. Guess what? I offer a free 30-minute consultation. Go to my website, jphightek.com, click on booking, book a time, free 30 minutes. Let's hop on a call. Let's see how we can help you. You're not paying it down for that. This is free. So let's do it. But I believe everybody deserve, to take a piece of all this home and build that generational wealth. And there's more than one way to do it if we want it to stay for generations. God bless.
I love it. I love it. Hey, man, hold what you got, okay? I'll be right back with you. This has been like one of those things that, for me, I don't know, man. I don't know about you. I enjoyed it tonight. Like, I'm going to rewatch this for my own self so I can go down the list of information that JP was giving us tonight. Please go check him out. Let me say it again. Please go check him out. Check out his website, glean from him, and then give him a call. He says he'll give you a free consultation. It's free to talk to him. You can't beat that, right? Hey, this has been your guy, Strick, man, and I love what I do. Thursday nights, 8 p.m., you got me on Strick City Live. And inspirational stories, we're also helping you as content creators be a little better if you're watching this today. And of course, the stream guys are on Sunday nights. We got a couple of weeks that we're off, and then we're going to be back with new episodes for you. And we're getting ready for this conference called Leap into Live Stream Boot Camp. All right. So more details are coming on that. I want to give away a couple tickets to that. We'll do that next week. So God bless you guys. Thank you for hanging out with you guys, Strick, right here on Strick City Live.